Hello, my radiant, regal, and fiercely loving Leo souls. Gather close, my friends. Come into the warmth of this space we are creating together. I want you to take a moment right now to check in with the fire that lives within your chest. Can you feel it, or does it feel like it's flickering, struggling to stay lit against a wind that just won't die down? Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred sanctuary for uncovering the hidden truths of the universe and reclaiming the power that is your birthright. Today, the air around us is thick with electricity. Can you sense it? It's not just the usual hum of daily life. It is a potent, undeniable vibration of change. It is the sound of a heavy door creaking open, a door that has been locked for far too long. If you have found your way to this message at this precise moment in your life, I want you to know something with absolute certainty. This is not a coincidence. The algorithm didn't just feed you this video. The universe, in its infinite and protective love for you, has guided you here because your soul is sounding an alarm. We are not just talking about a bad week or a rough patch today. No, my beautiful Leos, we are talking about something far more profound. We are talking about the royal decree of release. You see, you are the kings and queens of the zodiac. You are ruled by the sun itself. You are designed to shine, to lead, to warm the world with your generosity. But I sense that for many of you, your crown has felt heavy lately. You've been sitting on a throne that feels more like a prison chair. You've been ruling over a kingdom that no longer honors your light. And the cosmos is shouting, not whispering, shouting that it is time to leave. Now, before we dive into the deep, transformative waters of this message, I need to ask you something. Are you ready to stop pretending? Are you ready to admit that the okay you tell everyone you are is actually a lie? If your spirit is nodding, if your heart is beating a little faster because you know I see you, then we need to seal this intention right now. We need to anchor this energy. I want you to go to the comments section below right this second and type this declaration: I am ready to reclaim my true throne. Do it now. Let the universe see your signature on this cosmic contract. And while you are there, smash that like button. Think of it as roaring back at the universe, signaling that you are awake. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Cosmic Wisdom, we are building a legion of awakened souls here, and I don't want you to miss a single step of this journey back to your power. Let's get into the heart of the matter. Why is this happening now? Why does everything feel so uncomfortable? You have to understand, my dear Leo, that your nature is fixed fire. You value loyalty above almost everything else. When you commit to a job, a partner, or a friend group, you commit with the ferocity of a lion defending its pride. You are the one who stays when everyone else leaves. You are the one who tries to burn brighter to make up for everyone else's darkness. But here is the dangerous trap of that beautiful loyalty. Sometimes you are loyal to a cage. The universe is currently vibrating with a frequency of displacement. Have you felt it? It's that gnawing anxiety in the pit of your stomach when you pull into the parking lot at work. It's the exhaustion that hits you the moment you walk into your own home. It's the feeling that you are performing a version of yourself a version that smiled 3 years ago but is now just going through the motions. This isn't depression, this is displacement. Your soul has outgrown the container you are trying to squeeze it into. Think of it this way. You are a lion. You were born for the savannah, for vast horizons, for the thrill of the hunt, for the freedom of the wild. But right now, many of you are living in a petting zoo. You are surrounded by people who want to pet you, who want to consume your energy, but who have no concept of your true power. They throw you scraps and expect you to be grateful. And because you have such a big, generous heart, you convince yourself, well, at least I'm fed, at least I'm safe, but the universe loves you too much to let you die in a petting zoo. That is why things are breaking. That is why the drama is escalating. That is why you feel so incredibly restless. The cosmos is leaving the gate open, and it is trying to startle you enough so that you will finally run through it. This brings us to the concept of the divine exit. Leaving is terrifying for a Leo, not because you are weak, but because you care so deeply. You worry about what will happen to the kingdom without you. Who will take care of them, you ask? Who will do the work? Who will hold it all together? Listen to me closely. It is not your job to hold together a structure that is destined to crumble. When you stay in a vibration that is lower than your own, you don't lift them up. You drag yourself down. You begin to dim your light so you don't blind the people around you. Have you done this? Have you made yourself smaller, quieter, less, too much, just to keep the peace? That, my friend, is a spiritual crime against your own soul. When the sun decides to stop shining so the candle can feel important, the whole solar system freezes. You are freezing your own life force. Let's talk about the symptoms, because I know the mind loves to doubt. Your intuition, that solar plexus gut feeling, knows the truth, but your brain is trying to rationalize it. Maybe I'm just tired, you say. Maybe next month will be better. Here is how you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the expire date on this chapter has passed. First, look at your creativity. Leo is the sign of creation, of play, of expression. When you are in the wrong environment, your creativity dries up. You stop dreaming. You stop wanting to dress up, to dance, to create art, to solve problems. You feel gray. If you look in the mirror and you don't recognize the spark in your eyes, that is the ultimate sign. The light has gone out, and you cannot reignite it in a room full of fire extinguishers. Secondly, notice how you are treated. Leos need appreciation, not because you are egotistical, but because appreciation is the fuel for your generous engine. When you are in a toxic environment, you will find that no matter how much you give, it is thrown into a black hole. You are constantly criticized, ignored, or taken for granted. You are roaring, but no one is listening. This is the universe blocking your validation to force you to find it within yourself and then to move to where you are celebrated, not just tolerated. This is a hard truth, but we must face it. The environment you are in is actively draining your luminosity. There are energy vampires, we can call them shadow dwellers, who are drawn to Leos like moths to a flame. They attach themselves to your brightness. They feed off your optimism and your strength. And as long as you stay thinking you can save them or fix the situation with your love, you are merely being food for them. You must understand that leaving is an act of love. It is an act of self-love, yes, but it is also an act of trust in the universe. By walking away, you are telling the Creator, I trust that you have something better for me. I trust that my worth is not defined by how much I can endure. Now I want to address the fear. Oh, the fear is real. It sits heavy on the chest. The fear of the unknown. If I leave this job, will I go broke? If I leave this partner, will I be alone forever? If I stop talking to this toxic family member, will I be the villain? Let me offer you a new perspective, one that shifts the paradigm completely. The universe abhors a vacuum. This is a law of physics and a law of spirit. When you create empty space, the universe must fill it. But as long as your hands are full of garbage, the universe cannot give you the gold. You are standing there holding on to these heavy bags of rocks of guilt, rocks of obligation, rocks of good enough. And you are praying for diamonds. Drop the rocks, Leo. Just drop them. The moment you create that space, the rush of new energy will be instantaneous. It might not look like $1 million the next day, but it will feel like relief. It will feel like the first deep breath you've taken in years. Let's go deeper into the metaphysics of this. We are talking about timeline jumping. You've heard of this. It's the idea that there are multiple versions of your future existing right now. There is a timeline where you stay. In that timeline, 5 years from now, you are bitter. Your health has declined because your heart chakra has been closed for too long. You are cynical. You have forgotten how to roar. That timeline is gray cold and tragically small. Then there is the timeline where you leave. In this timeline, the transition is rocky. Yes, it requires courage. It requires you to stand tall when your knees are shaking. But 5 years from now, in this timeline, you are radiant. You are surrounded by a court of people who adore you, who challenge you, who match your fire. You are doing work that sets your soul ablaze. You are abundant in ways you can't even imagine right now. You are standing at the fork in the road today. Every day you stay in the toxic situation is a vote for the gray timeline. Every step away is a vote for the golden one. Which one will you choose? I want to speak specifically about the court you keep. As a Leo, you naturally attract an entourage. But you need to audit your circle. Are these people your advisors, your fellow warriors, your equals? Or are they court jesters and sycophants who are just there for the party? The hardest part of this divine exit is often leaving people behind. You feel like you are betraying your loyalty, but remember, your first loyalty must be to the divine spark within you. If you allow that spark to be extinguished by the damp energy of others, you serve no one. You are of no use to the world as a broken, dim light. Scaffolding people. Have you heard this term? Some people are scaffolding. They are there to help you build the structure of who you are. They serve a purpose for a season. But once the building is finished, the scaffolding must come down so the building can be seen. If you keep the scaffolding up forever, it becomes a cage. It blocks the view. It's ugly. Releasing these people doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean they are evil. It just means the construction phase is over. You can love them from a distance. You can wish them well from your new palace, but you cannot let them live in your throne room anymore. Now let's talk about the wilderness. This is the space between the leaving and the arriving. This is what scares people the most. It's the hallway. You close one door and the next one hasn't opened yet. It's dark in the hallway. But for a Leo, this wilderness is essential. You need this time to remember who you are without the applause, without the audience, without the responsibilities. In the silence of the wilderness, you will hear your own heart beating again. You will remember what you like, not what everyone expects you to like. Use this time. Do not rush to fill the silence with noise or new distractions. Sit in the sun, literally. Go outside and let your ruling planet, the sun, hit your face. Remind yourselves of their origin. You are solar-powered. When you feel depleted, don't look to other people to recharge you. They are the ones who drained you. Look to the source. Connect with nature. Connect with your own divinity. I want us to do a visualization together. This is a powerful form of alchemy. I want you to close your eyes if it is safe to do so. Imagine you are sitting on a throne in a dark, dusty room. The windows are boarded up. The air is stale. You are wearing a heavy, tarnished crown that hurts your head. You are holding a scepter that feels like lead. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to stand up. Feel the weight of that heavy, false duty falling off your shoulders. Take off that tarnished crown, the crown of, I have to fix everything, the crown of, I have to be perfect for them. Take it off. Set it on the chair. Turn your back on that dark room. Walk toward the door. It's heavy, but you are strong. You push it open, and as you step out, you are hit with the most brilliant golden sunlight. It warms your skin. It fills your lungs. And look, waiting for you outside is not emptiness. It is a lush, vibrant jungle. And in the distance, you hear a roar. It is the roar of your future self calling you home. Open your eyes. That feeling, that lightness, that is real. That is available to you. But you have to walk through the door. Let's talk about money and abundance, because I know that is a huge part of why we stay in places we hate. The golden handcuffs. Leo, you represent the energy of gold. You are naturally abundant, but you cannot manifest true wealth from a place of spiritual poverty. When you hate your job, when you resent your boss, you are vibrating at the frequency of lack. You are telling the universe, I am a slave, and the universe says, okay if you say so. When you dare to leave, when you dare to value yourself, you change your energetic price tag. You tell the universe, I am royalty, I do not work for crumbs. And the universe responds, it might test you at first to see if you are serious. But once you stand firm, the opportunities that come in will match your new vibration. You will find work that feels like play. You will attract money that flows easily like a river, rather than money you have to bleed for. But you have to let go of the slave mentality first. You are a monarch, not a martyr. Stop acting like one. This brings us to the how. How will I find a new job? How will I pay the rent? Stop it. Stop asking how. How is not your business. How is the domain of the cosmos. How is God's department. Your business is the what and the now. What do you want? Now is the time to move. When you take one step toward your truth, the universe takes 1,000 steps toward you. It's like a motion sensor light. The light doesn't turn on while you are standing still in the dark, debating whether to walk. The light turns on after you take the step. You have to move first. You have to prove to the universe that you trust it. And let's be honest about the people who will try to stop you. There will be resistance. When a Leo decides to rise, it triggers the insecurity of everyone around them who is comfortable in the mud. They will say, "You're being selfish." They will say, "You've changed." They will say, "Who do you think you are?" when they say, "You've changed," and smile and say thank you, because you are supposed to change. You are not a statue. And when they ask, "Who do you think you are?" tell them, "I am remembering who I am." Do not let their smallness shrink your greatness. Their doubts are just projections of their own fears. They are terrified of the unknown. You are intrigued by it. That is the difference. I want to share a secret with you about heart magnetism. Scientists have discovered that the heart emits a magnetic field 5,000 times stronger than the brain. Leo rules the heart. You are the most magnetic sign in the zodiac. When your heart is unhappy, when it is closed off in defense, your magnetic field collapses. You become invisible to good luck. You become invisible to love. But when you leave the toxicity, when you liberate your heart, that field expands. It reaches out meters around you. You literally become a magnet for miracles. You walk into a room and people turn their heads, not because of what you are wearing, but because of the energy you are emitting. You need to protect that heart at all costs. It is your power source. Staying in a situation that breaks your heart daily is like pouring water into your gas tank and wondering why the car won't start. Now, I know some of you are thinking, "But I've invested so much time. 10 years in this marriage, 15 years in this career." This is the sunk cost fallacy. It is a trap of the ego. Your ego says, "If I leave now, it was all a waste." Your soul says, "If I stay, I waste the rest of my life." Nothing is ever wasted, my friends. The past 10 years were not a waste. They were a lesson. They were a classroom. You learned what you don't want. You learned how strong you are. You learned endurance. Take the wisdom, leave the pain. Pack the lessons in your suitcase, but leave the heavy furniture behind. You don't need it where you are going. The palace awaiting you is fully furnished. This brings me to a crucial point about divine timing. Why now? Why is this video finding you today? Because the planetary alignments are supporting bold action. The fire element is rising. The universe is practically begging you to take a risk. We are in a season of rapid manifestation. The gap between your thoughts and your reality is shrinking. If you stay in fear, you will manifest chaos instantly. But if you step into courage, oh my brave Leo, if you step into courage, you will manifest magic at lightning speed. The universe is holding its breath, waiting for your signal. It's waiting for you to say, enough. The moment you say enough, the gears of destiny begin to turn in your favor. I want you to think about your legacy. Leos are driven by legacy. You want to leave a mark on the world. What mark are you leaving if you stay small? What story are you telling? Are you telling a story of a lion who lived in a cage because it was safe? Or are you telling the story of the lion who broke the lock and ran back to the wild? Be the hero of your own movie. The hero always has to leave the village. The hero always has to venture into the unknown woods. That is where the treasure is. That is where the dragon is. Yes, but that is also where the victory is. You cannot have a victory without a battle. And your battle right now is against your own comfort zone. Comfort is a beautiful thing for a nap, but it is a terrible place to live. Comfort is where dreams go to die. The universe will often disrupt your comfort to awaken your potential. That argument you had, that sudden policy change at work, that unexpected bill, don't be angry at it. Bless it. It is the universe shaking your shoulder. Wake up, sleeping beauty. It's time to go. It's an eviction notice from the cosmic landlord. Your lease is up. Move out before they throw your stuff on the lawn. Let's do a quick, energetic clearing. I want you to imagine a golden cord connecting your solar plexus, your stomach area, to the toxic situation, the job, the person, the place. See that cord? It looks muddy, it looks heavy, it's siphoning your golden light away. Now imagine a giant flaming sword, the sword of truth. In your mind, swing that sword and sever the cord. Cut it. Watch the cord snap back. Watch the energy stop leaking. Now say this with me. I call all my power back to me. I call my roar back to me. I am whole. I am sovereign. I am free. Feel that rush of heat, that is your life force returning. As we move toward the end of this transmission, I want to talk about the community you have here. You are not alone. Look at the comments. Read the stories of your fellow Leos. We are a pride. We are a family of light. When you share your story, when you say, I am leaving, you give permission to another Leo to do the same. So please share your city, share your country, share your declaration in the comments. Let's see where this global pride of lions is rising from. And for those of you who feel moved to support this channel, to sow a seed into this message, know that your generosity is seen. Whether it's a super thanks or just sharing this video with a friend who is struggling, you are keeping this flow of wisdom alive. You are circulating the energy of abundance. My dear friends, the week ahead is going to challenge you. I won't lie. The phone might ring with news you didn't expect. The pressure might mount. But I want you to remember this moment. Remember the fire you feel right now. When the doubt creeps in at 2 a.m., remember you are a child of the sun. Darkness cannot exist where you stand unless you close your eyes. Open your eyes. Stand tall. Fix your crown. It might be crooked right now, but it's still gold. You were born for greatness, not for mediocrity. You were born to lead, not to follow someone else's broken map. The future that is waiting for you is so bright, it would hurt your eyes if you saw it all at once. There is love that meets you halfway. There is work that feels like a calling. There is a home that feels like a sanctuary. It is all there. It is just on the other side of that door, labeled fear. Kick the door down. You have the strength, you have the power, and now you have the permission. Thank you, beautiful, powerful souls, for spending this sacred time with me. Thank you for trusting me with your heart. I am honored to be a witness to your rising. Remember to subscribe to Cosmic Wisdom so you never miss a guidepost on this journey. Go forth and roar. The world needs your sound. I love you, I believe in you, and I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed, stay royal, and above all, stay unstoppable.